And the Celtics looking dapper, getting off the bus earlier. You've got to look your best coming into an opponent's building. Certainly one of the most beautiful structures in the most historic city in the U.S. That's City Hall here in Philadelphia. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Marcus Smart stands 6'3", but he said, I can guard bigs, so I started making a joke. I'm a stretch 6. Forget a stretch 5. My teammates loved it, and it just stuck with me. He added, I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so I've been up against bigger guys. To me, that means nothing. Kevin?
Stretch 6. I love that. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Tobias Harris.
And it's striking how much his three-point shooting has improved this month. His long-range percentage is coming up, and it's going to give them a lift as a team. You can never have enough reliable threats from beyond the arc.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Outside, the wings are Brown and Tatum. Horford is out there with Williams, and it's Smart in at the point guard. And for Philadelphia, front court filled in by Green at 3 and Harris at the 4. Maxey out there with Harden, and it's Embiid in at the 5. And Greg, when it comes to load management, why do we see more of it now than when you play?
Well, for me, the science of sport has evolved, and it's not just the athlete, it's the technology and the science that goes into making a better athlete. That's why you're seeing load management far more acceptable to the masses now, understanding that this is about the long game.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Tatum. And he drives in, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Wow, I'm more impressed by Tatum every time I watch him. That's a veteran.
Harden bounce pass, and here's Harris from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks for 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
He was all alone on that.
The response from Horford, I mean, it adds so much spacing in this three-point game.
And what impressed me about Smart last year, and we're seeing it this year as well, is patience and precision as a playmaker.
Passes it to Brown. Over Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the assistant will show how far Smart has come.
Averaging around 3 dimes a year at the start of his career. He's now doubling that effort when given the minutes. Good sign for him and this team.
Now here's Embiid. Coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. The 3 from Harden. That's it. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
He's so dangerous from out there. Harden can beat you off the catch, beat you off the bounce, beat you in transition, beat you when you sleep, beat you when you wake. He can beat you.
Williams shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Harris kicks to Harden. Embiid trying to break loose. And Harden gets it to go in. Assist by Harris.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? He's a wing that knows how to bring the ball.
Hits the 3-point bomb. Tatum's got 5 now.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
So for Philadelphia, their last game, a win against Cleveland.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
And when they kept getting all those gifts, they took advantage. Turnovers don't mean anything unless you turn the ball.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
The Celtics have gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Smart kicks to Horford. Shoots from 12. Not going to go that time. And the the 76ers go the other way with it. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
They had him in their heels the whole game. The intensity of their defense is a key factor.
The 76ers trail by 3. Over to the left wing. Maxey, no good. And it's Smart with the ball for the Celtics. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And it was one of those games where it's just hard to get anything going. And you could see the formations emerge.
And it's hard not to get discouraged on such an off night shooting the ball, but somehow they kept the intensity up. I mean, that was a really gutty win.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And an area that's often underappreciated for Horford. He's a fantastic passer.
Nothing flashy. Great vision in the post or at the top of the key. And he just keeps it moving and finds the open man.
White is checked in for the Celtics. Took him no time at all on that one. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
This is what the play is designed to do. Space the floor. Get Harris look that he likes. Horford.
Williams kicks to Horford. And a miss there on the triple. The 76ers trail. Harden the pass to Maxey. Harden bounce pass. There's the pass to Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Austin's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Knight finds Tatum. Shoot from 12. Brown wide open. He fires. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Brown's got 5 now.
Oh, you love to see Brown knock down the 3 ball, showing great strides and improving his range. He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
White dishes to Tatum. Right side, Williams. And it's White missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Harden. Again, Philadelphia.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Brown outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. To the left wing. To the middle. They kick it out to Green. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
One of the great postseason catch-and-shoot players this decade. Danny Green is just the guy you believe in.
And no good on the last second attempt this time. Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Philadelphia. He witnessed him delivering a series of 3-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a bit of a lull in the play of Joel Embiid. He sees the need to turn up the heat a bit.
I think I need to, be more aggressive. Just look to impose myself, just look to dominate. I guess I need to go back to having fun and just dominate.
And certainly Embiid has shown he can dominate.
MVP level talent. He's just got to bring it every time down the floor.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Philadelphia.
The three-pointer has been a major weapon for them in early stages. I mean, they'd be smart to keep working on the perimeter.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
The lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Embiid, Harden out there with Maxey. Then there's Matisse Thybulle, and it's Niang in at the 4 slot. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Here's Williams. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Greg, you played on one of college basketball's all-time super teams. Hard to imagine we'll see that kind of dominance over several seasons like you guys had in MLB.
It's true, and we still see dominant teams, but the difference is now most talented teams tend to only play together for one season, and so that makes it really hard to run together stretches where you can call yourself a legitimate dynasty. But I still love where our game is and look forward to watching these young men chase their dream.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Celtics made the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times over 4 seasons, but last season, injuries and COVID protocols knocked them down a peg. Ownership and management are patiently staying the course. With young star talent, this team still has room to improve from within. Guys, back to you.
Well, their upside in a lot of people's view remains. David, thanks. Tatum wide open, he fires one. Sinks the triple. Tatum's got 8.
An exceptionally polished score for his age. Tatum's lethal from the perimeter.
And you think back to that 2017 draft, scouts trying to poke holes in Tatum's game, but really, he just needed a little time to develop his skills and get strong.
Even if you give him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Pass to Tatum. Pass to Tice.
You got to be careful about him. He's around. He's capable of coming up with these runs.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And without naming names, it feels like Tatum, is starting to dominate other all-stars at his position.
And now his game is so complete. Regularly over 40% from 3. He can drive it, post you up. The only success defenders have is when they guess right.
Now here's Embiid. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice fly.
And so here is Philadelphia. After the basket by Boston. Embiid with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Harden way outside. A shot that time, not on target. Now Boston takes it the other way. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. And here's Boston. They're on a 13-5 run. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Pritchard to the inside. A steal.
I love when guys are alert and they're on. Great job to prevent the entry pass.
Bible on the wing. And the 3 ball is good. And the 76ers lead by 1.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from 3-point range this quarter.
On the wing, Harden lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
That's his 5th three-pointer of the half. Filling it up.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Harden. Tatum against Embiid. Here's Tice. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tice has got his first 2 points.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
No, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
inside. Here's Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution they want to see.
Out of the best space. How about all five from long range?
White, wide open. He fires. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Embiid gets to Niang. On left of the wing. Here's Korkmaz. Another three to Philadelphia. And the triples keep falling, guys. That's three. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Pritchard passes to Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Drains it from beyond the arc. Harden's got it up to 76.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
When he's hitting from range on a consistent basis, it makes everything easier offensively.
1 second left. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. 76ers lead by 7. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. It's all for the kids. It's all for the fans. I think that's what we're here for. And so, guys just go out there and compete, have fun, and just play hard.
My family doesn't think it's all for the kids, but I appreciate your sentiment. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
James Harden was the man in the first. He ended up with 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
The way they're shooting it from deep, they're going to be hard to beat. This team has a lot of confidence and lets it fly without hesitation. Defensively, you have to force the spots. Put the ball on the floor.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
The energy on D stood for disappointment. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
Fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And that's somewhat of a surprise, but he's been really patient and unselfish.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. On the floor for Boston. Smart in the backcourt with Brown to the side. Horford is out there with Tatum. And it's Williams in center. And the call will be against Harris. That's foul number 2 for him. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Here's Smart. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here he goes. Yep, it counts.
It is beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harden bounce pass. For 3, Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding and really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch, and he now often looks for his teammates first.
Out kicks to Smart. The Celtics working the ball around now. Williams passes to Horford. And he banks into it. 9 points for Horford.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And huge assist totals for Harden, which is also a reflection, Greg, of the talent around him.
And he's played with some of the best finishers in the game throughout his career. What changed starting last year was his mindset, making him all that much more difficult to defend.
That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Smart.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Tatum against Green. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Brotherely.
And for regular scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it has to, these days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work. It hasn't taken them any time to find that rhythm in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field already.
On the way, Harris. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
To the wing on the left. Horford has a wide open look. Here's Williams, and he finishes nicely from the lane.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And here is Green. He has 6. And here's Harris from the arc. Good. It's Green picking up the assist. Harris has got 12 points here in the second half.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
In the corner, Horford with it. Beyond the arc. Green with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 14. From the arc. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
As a passer, the sky's the limit for Embiid and his all-around game.
Over in the corner, Brown. And right away, they measure with a three-pointer of their own. Brown's got 8 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
But these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game that you can see why after that sequence.
Now here is Harris. He's got 21. Buries it from three-point range. 12 points for him.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Smart goes in, and he could not get them where to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
But the guy is strong and smart, tough to contain him without fouling. If you play straight up and down, he'll go right through you.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Paul Millsap is checked in for Embiid, and it's George Niang in for James Harden. And a change for the Celtics. White is checked in for Tatum. And it's Green missing. Celtics trail by 15 to the paint. And Smart the bucket on the assist by White.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Absolutely not. In his mind, no one can stop him from that, no matter the size.
Now here's Smart. He's got 8. Down low. It's Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Oh, man, the awareness and the IQ of Horford looks so adept at getting the ball to his open teammates.
From deep, Green. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end. He's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Nice shot by Smart.
Oh, tricky handles there by Smart, keeping the defenders off balance.
Philadelphia leading by 15. On the way, Harris. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Smart passes to Williams. And here's Brown outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Now, this is the fire we love seeing. Now, Brown doesn't back down from anyone. He relishes getting this revenge.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. White with it. Now Green defending. 2 points. That one goes. 7 points for Jarrett White.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
12 seconds left to play here in the third. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots in the game right here.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
The first free throw is good.
A player who does special things off the floor. Jaylen Brown is an amazing role model for young kids. Very active on speaking about the importance of education and learning new languages himself.
Here's the end. And that one off the bend of the rim and in. And the 76ers lead by 13. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. 76ers on top. They lead by 13. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
No need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Harden on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Maxey out there with Green. Then there's Tobias Harris. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Niang in at the 3 spot. Now here's Williams. 3-pointer. Boston. No good that time either.
You can't hit that one. Teammates are going to think twice about feeding you next time.
Here's Maxey. Good. And it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
White against Green. And it's White missing. The 76ers leading by 16. Green bounce pass. Maxey. Rebound Boston. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's White. And it's off from 3-point range. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. But he can't focus on one player. And no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Oh, we've seen Harris step up as an offensive threat. I mean, the more he looks to score, the better he is.
And the call will be against Harris. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. The 76ers making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Outside, Smart. There's the dish to Tatum. Brown outside. Can't hit that one. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Green fires from way outside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Embiid, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. Celtics trailed by 19. Tight ball here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And along with terrific production, Harris is an interesting team leader, very positive in his approach.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. The Celtics working the ball around now. And the jump by Brown.
Oh, nice look there from Smart. Finding the open man.
The 76ers leading by 17. And Greg Harris has grown more vocal as his comfort level on the team has risen.
And Kevin, he's always had it in him. Now that he's a veteran, he's earned the right. He always seems to bring the guys together.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Boston now. Williams finds Horford. Out to the right wing. Back to Tatum. A three. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
What a gamer this kid is. Tatum wants to deliver the payback blow. Now that's leadership.
From deep three-point range, Maxey no good.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
In the corner, Horford with it. Fires for three. Misses the target. That drops him to 40% now. 4 and 10. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside, Smart. Fires from the wing. And taking the bucket on the assist from Smart.
Wow, nice touch on the mid-range there. Tatum's a player who scores everywhere on the court.
Over in the corner, Green. They grab the on this. That one is good for Joel Embiid.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack. And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Just such a physical player. Williams has no off switch, which is how he gets these calls.
And Williams drops them both. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and stolen by Horford. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Here's Smart, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Smart, watching his size advantage on the interior. Nice workout.
Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the 76ers.
They base their offense around the three-point shot today, and that was the right move. It's been a huge weapon for the Bucks.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Just straight out of Harden's playbook. Go on the attack, drive the lane, force the defense in the foul.
So he gets them both. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Smart kicks to Tatum. Back to Smart. Now here's Brown. He's guarding closer for three. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 5 assists in the game.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
Now Brown. James Harden missing on the three. Counting. And that's now 20 points for Jaylen Brown.
He can go inside, he can shoot it, he can dominate on the fast break. And tonight, Brown is doing it all.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Philadelphia.
They really lit up with this fantastic offensive performance.
Just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And on the season, this is going to be their 3rd win in 4 games against this team. I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was.
For James Harden,
it was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
and it's Brown missing. And the 76ers with possession. 11-point game. Green left side. And stolen by Tatum. And here's the fast break. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Well, what I'll say this, Tatum gives you options in the open court because he can score from anywhere.
Green bounce pass. Harden outside. And again for three. That is his 10th triple the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with his fiery approach to the game.
Out to the right wing. Another three for Philadelphia.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another. No signs of selfishness. Just a total team effort.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, James. You were in a rhythm from the opening stages of the game. What does it mean to have this kind of performance?
I'm happy. I'm happy we won. We played 4 quarters of great basketball. You got to be locked in. You got to have that mindset to where we're just in attack mode every play, and that's what I was in tonight.
You had them on your heels, man, and congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.